What's the inspiration for your style, please?
The inspiration for my style is that I became a goth in 1990. Before that, I was mostly into metal. And there I met a boyfriend who got me into things like Sisters of Mercy, Fields of the Nephilim, The Mission, Siouxsie and The Banshees, and that sort of era of goth. And but before that, I was always into the horror genre anyway, through being into hammer horror and all the other horror genres, things like werewolves, zombies.
What have you got around your neck and on your fingers?
Well, I've got this little bat choker here, and I've got a death head guitar.
Excellent.
Here. I've also got a Valkyrie, which symbolises my interest in the Nordic metal, the dark metal scene.
Okay.
And here I've also got a couple of Egyptian symbols. One's the winged Scarab and the other one's the Eye of Horus.
So you have a lot of influence.
I have a lot of influence from loads. You see the goth scene and the extreme metal scene have influences from all over the place. There's ancient Sumeria, ancient Mesopotamia, Assyrians, Abyssinian. You can go all the way back through history, and you know the goth metal scene will literally cover all bases.
For sure. Can I ask you about what you've got on your fingers, the rings?
That's the Eye of Horus ring. That's a sort of vampire teeth ring. That's the kind of Celtic stuff. See, typical reaction. You've got a bat thing here.
Excellent.
And they're dragon heads. Scorpion, spider, sort of Celtic bangle, and another dragon head.
Excellent.
And a couple of wristbands, punky style fingerless gloves. And this is what I wear because, do you remember that's Sophie Lancaster?
Yeah.
The goth girl who was beaten to death because she and her boyfriend were goths.
That's a tribute to her.
So I always wear that to gigs as a tribute to her.
Excellent. That's fantastic. I can't help but think when you go home and you take all your jewelry off, you must lose about a kilo or a stone in weight, maybe?
Well, it's not that heavy to wear, really, but you know.
Alright, it seems heavy. Alright, so thank you for describing that. Where did you get your cloak from? Oh,
that was from a charity shop. We love charity shops, going shopping, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
We find some of the most unusual clothes sometimes that are in there.
And it's
and you can adapt whatever you find to the goth style. I got these back boots in a shop in a shoe shop in Camden, but they don't do those things anymore. So
they got bats on the side.
Yeah, they got bats
as well.
They got bats on the side as well.
Who lives in Camden, or you just visit Camden? Well,
I'm visiting Camden tonight to see an extreme metal goth band called Cradle of Filth.
Where are they playing?
Right over there tonight.
Koko.
Yeah.
And you say extreme metal, and it's called Cradle of Filth.
Yes.
I've heard the name, but I don't know what type of music is it.
Well, they're extremely powerful. There's a lot of screaming vocals and a lot of roaring guttural vocals, and the lead singer Danny Filth he's into his vampires and the occult scene just like I am.
Okay.
So there I have some sort of empathy and sympathy for his music style, and also for the clothes and the makeup and everything to do with that sort of material.
Okay, so that's the scene. So you would say if somebody's wanted to describe your style, it is Gothic style. That's.
But it also recently, I have become aware of the black doom and death metal scene as well, and a lot of the music genres now are beginning to cross over. There's a lot of combinations of bands that, I mean, for example, Nightwish, they're heavily Gothic, but they're also symphonic metal as well. Then there's other bands like Behmoth, they're extreme metal. But largely I have come mostly from the Gothic side rather than the black side.
Okay.
Of this particular genre.
What kind of reaction you get from people when you're dressed in your Gothic?
It can be either one of two things. Wow, you look absolutely fantastic. Or it's a case of what kind of freak is that? You know, that sort of reaction. You get the positive and you get the negative.
So it's a mixture.
Yeah.
Are you more accepted when you visit Camden? Have you been to Camden before?
Oh, I visit Camden a hell of a lot.
Okay. Is there any shops you visit in Camden that you can name, or?
Well, there's the Dark Side and the shop next to it. There used to be a lot of Gothic outlets in the Stables Market in Camden, but unfortunately a lot of the rents and the fees at the markets are now putting a lot of people actually being in the marketplace. Also, there have been a number of fires and accidents that have led to a lot of Gothic shops being burnt down. I mean, Cyberdog, which is part of the industrial Goth side of the whole thing, that its original was burnt down some time ago.
Okay. And
it had to rebuild again from scratch. So it's a bit different to what it used to be. I mean, what it used to be, it used to have this really fantastic displays of mannequins, for want of a better word, dressed in all these clothes which had various electronic gadgets and things attached to it, including headdresses and an eye mask and everything. And it used to make them look like creatures out of science fiction movies, like a kind of a...
Like Blade Runner?
Well, no.
Almost.
Even more extreme than that.
Right.
Almost like... Have you ever seen the Star Trek TV series?
Yeah.
Or any of the original movies?
Of course.
Well, there are a set of people called the Borg, and they are part human and also part other electronic gadgets. So you've got things like cameras coming out of their eyes and cyber attachments on their heads and all sorts of arm bandages and things coming up their legs, and it's really
a futuristic,
really futuristic.
Like, I suppose an extreme version of the Terminator, because the Terminator, it gives you a little.
Except in the Terminator, most of the electronics are actually hidden behind a false skin. But with the Borg or something that would be similar to cyber,
it's exposed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get the whole mechanics, you get the whole mechanical stroke electronic look to go with the human form, and it's really amazing.
Will it face paint?
Well, what the black metalers and the extreme metalers would call this is corpse paint, but I just call it gothic face makeup decoration.
Okay.
Because that's originally where the style actually was mostly common.
So thank you very much for saying a few words about your style and what you was wearing and the inspiration for your style. Can I ask you your name, please?
My name is Lorraine de Lioncourt, and that means I am the wife of the vampire Lestat, who also goes by the name of de Lioncourt.
That's a very elaborate name.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say it?
De Lioncourt.
D-E.
D-E. That's a small D with a small e, and Lioncourt is. If you say the word lion and you put the word court at the end of it, but you pronounce it in the French style, Lioncourt.
Thank you very much again. And with your permission, I can put this little interview on my YouTube channel.
No problem whatsoever.
Thank you again. God bless you. Thank you.